Can you believe that we're going 4 days between NFL football games? It feels like week 17 ended a year ago. Welcome back to the first Bet It, Bank It, Blow It of 2025. I am Jamie G, champion of New Year's Eve. Whew, and I'm back with Magnum Mills for some week 18 Saturday action.
Man, Saturday Action sounds like, I don't know, the name of a home improvement episode where Tim tries to get himself a little afternoon delight, but that's just me. It could also be maybe a block of Saturday morning cartoons, some Saturday action in the morning. That might work. Unfortunately, this is none of those things. This is Bet It, Bank It, Blow It, presented by CSGF Fantasy Football. Thanks for checking out our show. You can find all of our content wherever you get your pods and on YouTube. Find us on social media at CSGFFF and on the web in the same place, CSGFFF.com. Nice and easy to remember, just like the flaps, FLAPS. Very crucial to our success. Follow, like, and please subscribe. If you had fun, please make sure that you press the thumb.
This is where I remind you to always check the latest news, injuries, and weather. You got to check on the weather, man. We're in January, for Christ. Make sure you're checking to see what's going on. Make sure you're getting the latest news, especially this week with people not playing, injuries, all of it. Just check before you place any wagers, and don't be lazy. Take the few minutes to shop the different books that are legally available in your state. Make sure you're getting the best odds, profit boosts, sweat free, bet free, right? Those are all great things. Make sure you're taking advantage of all that stuff and shop around to get the best possible odds for you. And no, we are not yet affiliated with DraftKings. Yes, we're still trying. And yes, all of our information is coming there for the sake of simplicity. All right. All information, odds, and wagers, it's accurate as of Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. Mills, it feels weird to say it, but we're here, baby. 2025. Before we get into the Saturday slate, we need to have a little transparency time, all right? What are things looking like after all five of the week 17 slates?
Not too great. Mostly we but done in by a couple of Thursday night games. We had those two real low scoring affairs, two of the last 3 weeks on Thursday Night Football, where we just got absolutely slaughtered. And before I get into the result, you should know that all wagers are in cricket coins here on Bet It, Bank It, Blow It. That is our currency of choice in cricket. We trust for some reason. Overall, on the season, we are now in the red pretty heavily here. When you add up our favorite wagers, props, our lottery ticket long shots, our touchdown wagers, our bankroll battle, our tripod wagers, and our floor versus ceiling wagers, we are down about 1,719 cricket coins. That is not great. We are still comfortably in the green on our tripods, our three-leg single game parlays that we collaborate on together. We are up 2,561 coins on those. Jamie G is down a ton, as am I. Really, what's killing us is our touchdown wagers. We don't do these on the side slates. We only do them on the Sunday main slate. And even though they are the wager we do almost the fewest of, we have gotten absolutely slaughtered. If you pulled those out, we'd be up almost 1,446 cricket coins. So maybe the moral of the story is don't wager too much on anytime touchdowns. Maybe just sprinkle them into your parlays or something like that. And that's the idea of what we're doing here. We spent a whole season trying to learn stuff. And ideally, we're going to start implementing that in the playoffs going forward into next season, trying to focus on our strengths and be in the green nice and consistently. So that's where we're at.
Once again, we've got a Saturday night doubleheader with at least one potentially good matchup here. Ring the bell because it is time for the tail of the tape.
Game number one kicks off at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch it on ESPN, ABC, or ESPN Plus. We have the 13-3 Cleveland Browns traveling to face the 11-5 Baltimore Ravens. Right now, Cleveland is an 18-point road dog, plus 1,000 on the money line. Ravens are 18-point home favorites, minus 1,800 on the money line. Game total is 41.5 points. Weather won't be too crazy here. You're looking at temperatures in the low 30s, winds around 15 miles per hour. Game two is an 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time kickoff. Watch it on NFL Network. We have the 8-8 Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Pittsburgh to face the 10-6 Steelers. Cincinnati is currently a 2-point road favorite, minus 130 on the money line, while Pittsburgh is a 2-point home dog, plus 110 on the money line. Game total is 48 points. Going to be a cold one here. You're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 20s with winds around 10 miles per hour. Jamie G, what do you think of these two? We have some scenarios here. For instance, if Baltimore wins, the game really won't matter to Pittsburgh, other than perhaps a chance to be the difference between the 5 seed or the 6 seed. A lot to take in here. How are you approaching these games? Any overall thoughts on this 2-game Saturday slate?
Decent matchups here. At least one looks to be good. The other one could be a blowout, but you never know. And I think there's still some reasons to be playing and needing to win here. So I think overall it's solid. I like offensive opportunities in terms of wagering for both games. With Baltimore, obviously, in the first one, feels like they're going to be able to do what they want against Cleveland, and then Bengals, their continued pursuit against the Steelers, with what they've been doing offensively, really interested in both of those offensive performances in both games there. I think points could be high, has potential to be high in both games.
Think at least on one side of the ball, definitely. I'm very worried about how Cleveland can score points no matter who is at quarterback. And they've indicated that they're going to play DRT and Bailey Zappi. And that really terrifies me. I think Pittsburgh will definitely put some effort in, even if they don't necessarily need to win the game. But I don't know if they're going to push some of their starters, especially guys that are playing injured or coming back off injuries, notably guys like TJ Watt, George Pickens. Will the Ravens kind of go for some stats here? You could try to get Derrick Henry to 1,900 yards. You could see Lamar Jackson try to pad his MVP case. In my head, I kind of have the Ravens starters playing about a half or so, but perhaps they go deeper into the game. I just don't know that Cleveland can muster that many points, even if they're going against some of the Ravens backups on defense. And I don't really know. Again, Cincinnati just looks great. Will they keep the pedal to the metal if they're up 20 points and the Steelers have their backups in? That's the only reason I would take my foot off of the gas a little bit there. Keep an eye on Chase Brown. I do like Khalil Herbert if he gets in here, but right now the only prop you got him is the anytime. So if you want to get on that one ahead of time, you're going to get a better number now than you will if Chase Brown gets ruled out. But for the most part, on a lot of these, I think you're going to see some drastic changes, some different stuff get posted the closer we get to kickoff, because it really might come down to the inactives 90 minutes out before we really get the final word on some of these games or get any kind of idea, who's going to be playing for how long and that kind of thing. So you should always be paying attention to the injuries, to the news, all that kind of thing. But this week, especially even more than ever, make sure you are on top of the injuries, the inactives, anything the coaches have said, any little tidbit, every little bit of news can help you here.
Whenever I go to a fish show, people ask me what my favorite song was. That's fine, but it's hard to pick just one. Lucky for you, we put in the hard work to narrow down our picks to just our favorite wagers.
Again, a pretty limited menu we're working with right now for that Baltimore Cleveland game. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the Ravens on the spread straight up here. Ravens minus 18, minus 108. That is a big number. 100 cricket coin wager will return about 193 coins. To their credit, after struggling a little bit, the Ravens have covered three straight, including when they were 16 and a half point favorites on the road at the Giants. And they won their last three games by 21, 17, and 29 points. So against a team that might be trotting out DRT and Bailey Zappi, even with the backups in, I think the Ravens can cover the number. I think it probably closes something more like 19, 19 and a half, depending on what the news is. And then finally, in the other game, I'm going to bump up the Cincinnati Bengals line a little bit here with an alternate. Give me Cincinnati minus 5.5 at Pittsburgh. That gets it up to plus 152. So 100 coins brings you back 252. Got to keep it tight with just those two right there, one for each game. Jamie G, what are your favorite wagers for this week 18 Saturday slate?
Mills, I found a couple here that I really like. I'm going to put 100 cricket coins on the Cleveland at Baltimore game over 41 and a half points. A little worried that we might not get the dance partner with Cleveland, but I think they can muster up some garbage time production here and maybe get to 10 to 14 points. And honestly, if they do that, I think it's enough to get us over here. As I expect Baltimore to potentially get over 30. I think that's enough to get us there. So I'm going to put 100 on that, man. 100 cricket coins to win 192 and 59 cent. Always got to include the cents because they add up to dollars, Mills. Always also putting 100 cricket coins on Cincinnati minus two at Pittsburgh. I'm with you on this one. I think that they find a way to get this done. They're really playing for something. Pittsburgh, they're playing for something, but it doesn't make or break their life. Cincinnati on the other hand, it's win or die. 100 cricket coins on that one to win 192 and 59 cent again with the minus 108 odds. And then Mills, I found one here that I like. 100 cricket coins on Cincinnati team total over 24 and a half points. It's plus 105. I really like this. It seems like this offense is just producing points at a rapid level here. So I'm going to put the 100 cricket coins on that to win 205.
So I guess we're big Bengals fans. Again, one of the rare times you catch Jamie G rooting for the Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Very rare. I'm rooting for dollars this week, Mills. So make me some money,
They're
Joe
my
Burrow.
favorite team.
They are my favorite team. Take a deep breath because the air is thin where we're going. All right. We're headed all the way up to the top of the props.
It does get thin when you rise this high. And what you have to do this week, I think you have to tell yourself even more so a little bit of a story, build yourself a narrative about how the games are going to go. And in my case, in the first game, I'm picturing the Ravens just getting up by a ton in the first half and then maybe taking their foot off the gas a little bit, getting some of the starters in the second half. But I think in that first half, we're going to get enough from Derrick Henry. I'm going to go big here because I think if they're going to let him play, they're really going to let it rip. And if he can get a little bit over 120 yards, he gets to 1,900. Pretty rare air for a running back. So I'm going to take Derrick Henry, 120 plus rushing yards. That is plus 230. So 100 coins brings you back 330. Again, he can't get to 2,000. He's not going to be able to catch Barkley unless he's going to have a 220 plus yard day. That would be awesome, but I'm going to be content with the 120. But in the second half, I think the Ravens are still going to be able to score points, move the ball. I think they're going to have their backup running backs in there, and I couldn't choose between the two. So I'm just going to take each of them for 100 cricket coins on the anytime touchdown. So that's 100 coins on Keaton Mitchell, anytime touchdown scorer, plus 250, and 100 coins on Rasheen Ali, anytime touchdown scorer, plus 450. So those respectively would bring you back 350 and 550. They both could score. It could happen. It was Mitchell who played a few more snaps than Ali last week, but before that, it was Ali getting more of the garbage time carries. So instead of trying to pick one, I'm just going to go for them both and hope that the Ravens are running the ball quite a bit in that second half with the backups. In the other game, I'm going to pretend that the Steelers are going to start out. They're going to have their starters out there. They're going to score early, but eventually they're going to take their starters out, and Cincinnati is going to take care of business. So I'm going to put 100 cricket coins on Pittsburgh to score first and lose. That is plus 340, 100 coins to bring back 440. And then I might as well go with 100 coins on Cincinnati to win from behind. That is plus 195. So 100 coins to bring back 295. That's how I'm building out narrative street here. I certainly have a lot of interest in the Bengals offensive props, but chose to go that way with these. Jamie G, who are you climbing all the way to the top of the props with Saturday, week 18?
Yeah, I'm just leaning into the two teams that I expect to score a lot of points here in Baltimore and Cincinnati, and I'm going there, man. I'm putting 100 cricket coins on Lamar Jackson over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That's his over/under for the passing touchdowns. It's minus 145. 100 cricket coins there to take back 167. I'm also putting 100 cricket coins on Derrick Henry to have 100 plus rushing yards. I think he can get there in the first half. That's plus 120. 100 cricket coins to win 220. I'm also putting 100 cricket coins on Joey B. Joe Burrow, 300 plus passing yards. It's plus 120 odds. He's gotten there most weeks, it seems like, down the stretch here. So why not this week? 100 cricket coins, take back 220. And then, Mills, I'm going to do 100 cricket coins on Joe Burrow over 2.5 passing touchdowns. That's plus 125. 100 cricket coins to get back 225.
Oh, see, he secretly loves Joe Burrow as long as he's making the money.
I admit it, Mills. I secretly love money. We've got one, maybe 2 weeks before these holiday bills start rolling in, and they're heavy. All right. So we got some serious heavy lifting to do, and we're going to help you out with our lottery ticket long shots. It might not be enough to pay it all, but you got to start somewhere, right?
You do have to start somewhere, and we can go any way we want with these as long as we have odds of plus 500 or longer. It can be a single wager or a two-leg parlay. It can be same game or across both games. Dealer's choice. I'm going to elect to go across both games here with a two-leg anytime touchdown parlay. In the first game, give me Isaiah Likely, anytime touchdown scorer, plus 275. He could score with Lamar. He could score with the backups. A lot of options there. I really could see him finding the end zone this week. And then in the second game, mentioned him at the top. Give me Khalil Herbert, anytime touchdown scorer, backup running back for the Bengals. I don't know that Chase Brown is going to play this week. Right now, we got it locked in at plus 120. So you put these two together. Isaiah Likely anytime at plus 275. Khalil Herbert anytime at plus 120. Your odds are plus 725. So 100 cricket coins brings back 825. Just need two players to score one touchdown each. How hard could it be? Pretty hard. I already forgot my own lessons about not betting on touchdowns. Jamie G, what's your lottery ticket long shot for this Saturday slate in week 18?
Mills, I must have not remembered our lesson either because I've got a two-leg touchdown passing parlay here, and I'm pretty stoked about it, man. First up, I got Lamar Jackson 3+ passing touchdowns. It's plus 275 on its own. And then I've got Joe Burrow 3+ passing touchdowns plus 125 on its own. When we combine the two, we get plus 743 odds, 100 cricket coins there to bring home 843. Mills, that would make a dent in one of my credit cards that I need to pay down.
Hey, in this case, a dent is a good thing, I guess. One of the few times a dent is optimal.
I'm looking for a dent, all right? Make a dent. Have you ever heard the phrase, you don't have a leg to stand on? They weren't wrong. Even standing on two legs isn't easy sometimes. But here on Tripod Time, we've got three legs and we know how to use them. We've used our proprietary system to come up with a three-leg single game parlay for both games. Mills, how do we choose them?
We choose them very carefully. In game one, we're going to kind of blend some of our favorite props together here from the top of the props. Leg number one, not going to be quite as aggressive. We're going to take Lamar Jackson 2+ passing touchdowns. That is minus 145. And then we're going to go with that Isaiah Likely anytime touchdown score at plus 240. And then round it out. Maybe the Ravens don't need to score a touchdown every time, but they would like to get the confidence of their kicker back up. So how about Justin Tucker over 1.5 field goals made? That is minus 145. So you put these three together. Lamar Jackson, 2+ passing touchdowns. Isaiah Likely, anytime touchdown scorer. And Justin Tucker over 1.5 field goals made. Your odds are plus 700. So 100 cricket coins will return 800. Not too bad. And then in the nightcapper, in game number two, we are going to go heavy on that Bengals offense. Leg number one, Joe Burrow, 4+ passing touchdowns, putting the emphasis on his season here. That leg is plus 450 on its own. And then he's got to throw those touchdowns to somebody. So give us the Jamar Chase anytime touchdown score at minus 140 and the T. Higgins anytime touchdown score at plus 115. You put these three legs together. Joe Burrow, 4+ passing touchdowns. Jamar Chase, anytime touchdown. T. Higgins, anytime touchdown. Your odds are plus 800. So a 100 cricket coin wager will bring back 900 coins. And like Jamie G said, we'll have then at least made a dent in those holiday bills, which is bigger than a dimple. So we've got that going for us, which is nice.
We will take it how we can get it. Anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah, just be careful when you golf because the ball starts out with dimples and then I managed to turn them into dents somehow. And once your golf ball's a dent, don't keep playing it. But you should keep tuning in to Bet It Bank and Blow It because we will be here throughout the playoffs. Still more fun to come.
He turns them into dents. I dig divots. It's a mess out there on the golf course. Thank you guys for checking out Bet It, Bank It, Blow It, the Saturday slate. We appreciate you been with us all season long, man. Make sure you throw the thumb and subscribe so you don't miss one of these. We do a bunch of them. And if you're having a good time, we appreciate a little comment. We appreciate a little interaction, man. Go ahead and slide into these DMs. Send me the bet slips. Let me know what you're targeting on Saturday. Good luck. I hope you make a ton of money. Happy New Year to you. Mills will let you know where you can find all of our stuff.
Merry New Year. We'll switch it up. Have a very Merry New Year. We don't use the word merry enough unless it's in court. Thanks again for checking out Bet It, Bank It, Blow It, presented by Seize the Gap Fantasy Football. Once again, you can find all of our content on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. You can find us on social media at Seize the Gap FF and find us the same place on the internet, seizethegapff.com. Very simple and easy to remember, just like those flaps, FLAPS. Very crucial to our success. Follow, like, and please subscribe. If you had fun, please make sure that you click the thumb. I'm Magnum Mills here with JBG, and we can help you bet it. We can help you bank it, but
Blowing it is up to you.
I'm not a professional. Born on the North Bank, king of the East Side, 50 years strong. Now he's rolling in a sick ride, handmade suits, raking in loot. 5-star general, y'all best salute. Yo, bitches be catty, but the King Kong daddy. Rock all the haters while we go roll a fatty. Squiggle on the decks, Kenny on the rhymes, and Logan Big Ball.